one left to fight in your place. So fight. Wage war like a true titan. One opponent remains. All enemies down. Good.
Yo, what's up guys, LilManStocks here, and in this video, I will be just talking about some stuffs. So, first of all, I'm kind of going to be talking about why you won't see me play Destiny 2 as much anymore. Why you won't is because, if you haven't heard, the game's a little bit dead. You know, I still kind of enjoy it, but there's not a whole lot to do in the game. So to be honest, I actually still have a fair amount to do, but I'm just too lazy to get to it because I'm a PvP person, and that's what I like to do. Not that I don't like PvE, but
oh my gosh, I just teleported through a wall.
It's
I literally
mainly
meleeed him.
PvP that I play.
So
but anyways, in just the general game, there's not much to it. Okay, so something that made Destiny 1 very replayable and grindy was the fact that you got random rolls on your weapons. So basically how it worked was you could get different not abilities, but perks on your weapons. So, you know, it could have this perk that makes you reload faster, or this perk that makes your enemies explode if you get a headshot kill. So, just a lot of different perks that you could possibly get on it, and typically there was this, you know, one set of those rolls that you would want, and that would be basically a god roll, but now they don't have that since they have fixed rolls. So basically, when you get a weapon, that is the only roll. Like, everybody, say everybody has this one weapon, they will all have the same roll if it's the same weapon. So, that's kind of how it is, and unfortunately that's taking away a lot of the grind and replay value of the game. Like, for instance, in Destiny 2, or, sorry, Destiny 1, my bad, you know, there's tons of weapons, first of all, from, all the expansion stuff combined, towards the end, and, you know, there's just so many weapons, and so many to get. You know, obviously not all of them are good, but there's definitely still a lot that you can possibly get a really good roll on. So there's, you know, a lot to try to work towards just with that part of the game. But since they've removed that now, there's not a whole lot to do.
Alright guys, okay, we're gonna, I smoke, we're gonna kill some people. Okay.
Also, we, our Crucible, or PvP, is a little bit jacked up right now, just because, you know, you have two playlists. You have Quick Play and Competitive. That's it. And, to be honest, there's no reward to playing Competitive as opposed to Quick Play, because they have, really, the rewards are not better. And, you know, you basically have two different modes, in that, competitive playlist. So you have Survival, which is basically, each team has, they changed it, it used to be 8 lives, but now it's 6 lives, just to speed things up, because it took a really long time. So, you have 6 lives on each team. Dying obviously takes away a life, and, so once you run out of lives, it's basically, you know, last man standing and stuff. But another thing is, you only have 4 players in all of these game modes, whether it be competitive or you know,
Should I teabag
why is
you?
this so hard?
Should I? No, I'm not that person.
Quick play, gosh. So, yeah, that. So, really, there's no reason to play competitive other than the fact that it is just different game modes. You know, there's, you know, it's called competitive, okay? You look at games that have
world
competitive
Is he
playlists.
still alive?
It
'Cause it's
should
obviously
be
this one.
more competitive, but in Destiny, it's not really like that. Because you have all these people playing, but you find it's, you know, just about as hard on, oh my gosh! Okay, sorry. So, you find it's just about as hard, if not just as hard, in the quick play as it is in the competitive. So, a lot of people are saying ranked would fix this. I would think that would agree. I think. Okay, a lot of people think that would work, and I would agree with them because that way you are playing with all people your same skill, and you're matching up against people who will really challenge you, and it will be just more competitive in general. But right now, it's not. It feels like quick play. Other than it's not quick, it feels like it is just another thing like quick play, just renamed competitive. So that's something that needs to be addressed, is the PvP. It's just not amazing right now. And that's kind of one of the reasons why people don't play as much. Another reason is, like I said, there's not a whole lot of replay value. You know, you don't have the random roll weapons, and then you also, there's not much reason to redo any, you know, PvE, because, it's pretty easy to get all these rewards, from, you know, from whoever it would be. Say it's Iron Banner, or the Crucible. It's pretty dang easy to get all these rewards without having to grind a whole lot. So they're just making this game way too easy to, essentially be, you know, it shouldn't be like that. You shouldn't just, you know, get all this stuff and then be done with it. There should at least be some replay value to whether it be PvE or PvP or both, okay? And, you know, as stated earlier, if they did have the random roll weapons, that would be a big factor to that. But since they don't have that, you know, the consequences. But, not to bag on the game, I still think the game is pretty good. It just needs some big, you know, big changes, okay? This game does have a lot of potential, okay? This game has a great universe. In Destiny 1, it had a lot of great things about it, but unfortunately, they have, you know, taken some things away that, you know, made the game really fun, really replayable, and, you know, they don't necessarily have to bring all those back. I'm not saying that, but they do need to address some of these issues and either, you know, make them better or, you know, bring back old systems, come up with new systems, whatever. Just make it more replayable, because otherwise, you know, this game has almost no replay value. There's just not much to it, to be honest. Because, you know, once you've done the raid, once you've gotten, you know, most of the weapons and stuff, at least the good ones, you know, there's no real point to play the game anymore. Unless you just absolutely like to play it, there's no reason. So, that's kind of some of the main issues with Destiny right now. And like I said, in the PvP, there's just not enough game types. They should bring in, because in Destiny 1, they used to have a lot of different game types. So they had 6v6 game types, they had 3v3 game types, they had 2v2s, you know, all this stuff, and they just totally, you know, changed it and put it at all 4v4, which definitely makes it less interesting, because it's just the same all the time, 4v4. There's no change in the playlists much, other than maybe the objective, you know, and sometimes actually changing the amount of players in a game type will totally make it different. So that's another one of the issues with PvP. Now, I'm not saying all of this because the game absolutely sucks. It doesn't absolutely suck, okay? But it does need a lot of fairly big changes, you know? Big changes. But anyways, that is kind of my thoughts on the PvP. I'm gonna do more of a video on the PvE, but that's kind of why you won't see Destiny 2 as much anymore. I will be posting some, no doubt about it, but not as much. I will be kind of moving on to other games. I got to finish Horizon Zero Dawn because the DLC came out, and then I also have to, you know, finish the game. Also gonna be moving on to Battlefront 2. I finished the campaign pretty recently and really enjoyed that. Got to stream and play that with my brother. And then also, I might be playing some Overwatch 2. I know that's not great for console, but my computer sucks, so I want to play it on console. Anyways, that caps it off for this video, guys. I will catch you later. Hope you had a great Thanksgiving, and see ya.
Double down. This is amazing. 30 seconds. Slay your enemy and they stay dead. One opponent remains. God, inconceivable.
Yes,
You
team wipe.
smashed your enemies to dust.